streams. And when I'm looking at TRVL, I'm not happy that TRVL is being sold, but I don't mind that TRVL is correcting because that's quite healthy in a bull market. Okay, I'm obviously not happy that it's being sold. People are selling, and I don't think they're selling because they're taking profit. They're selling because they see that it's declining and they're just, I don't know. I think if you were going to take profit, it would have been at the highs. Yeah. I don't think you're taking profit now. I think you're panicking because you think the price is going to nothing. And my idea of support has been invalidated in the sense that we haven't held support. Okay, so yesterday I was on the MEX chart. Yesterday I was talking about this GAN, okay, and this the back test of this golden pocket, and yesterday's 3-day candle. If you see how it closed, it's just closed underneath the GAN line, and it's closed underneath the top of this golden pocket area and this 236 line. So it's a pretty bearish close, and naturally what you've got is a little bit of selling because there's an easy invalidation in this sell idea. Okay, so after the close you have a really easy invalidation, and that I drew it yesterday in the evening. I didn't do this in my live stream. I just looked at it in the evening. I was like, okay, we're losing the value area. That's a sign of weakness. We've lost this scan line. Yeah, we're losing the 6-6, which is the top part of the golden pocket. So we're losing some quite important support lines. What I would have wanted to sit for strength, people wouldn't have sold and the price would still be up there. Yeah, but selling is weakness. Selling isn't strength, and people were selling, and so now we're into weakness. Okay, this has happened before, so I don't think you should panic just because we're seeing the price decline. And for all intents purposes, these strong down moves, when we finally stop and go up, it's just going to be like that. There's not much resistance created as the price declines like this. Yeah, so I wouldn't panic, actually. That being said, we still need to get back into the volume range of this higher level. So we've obviously had a little bit of a failed auction in the highs above 9 cents. 9 cents still is a barrier for the price, and I mean, I did say there was a little bit of a reversal happening here, but I didn't sell, so I don't know what else to say. Should I have sold? Yeah, I mean, you could argue, yeah, why didn't you sell? But the thing is, I don't really think the volume is enough for me to sell. I just want to see us to get into higher prices and increasing volume. Now, what I'm looking at lower down is this SR flip, which is also the back test of the 236 on the higher time frame. Yeah, it's about 5.5 cents. If the price comes down, I want to see the price settle here, or I want to see a reaction. Okay, and we have to see what happens with TRVL. Let me have a look at this as well. Hold on. Let's get rid of these. That's again, that's fine. Right. Let's get rid of this. So here, this is what I'm talking about. Look, do you see this lower GAN line? This was the 2-1. You see how the price came above it back in November? And it was almost holding, but actually it just sold off and we just got one sell, a little bit of a bounce, and just more selling, bit of a continuation. Wasn't even a 1-to-1 on that downward move. And then look here, you see the price tries to get back into it, it fails, and then finally we get back into it, a bit lower down. We have something similar going on here, but kind of over a prolonged time period. You have a test there, you have a piercing here, we've gone up, and we had a little bit of a failed auction above that GAN line. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit of a correction, and we don't know how long that's going to be, but this correction here lasted about 3 weeks from the high. That's basically to the end of this month. Have a little bit of a correction to the end of this month. And because we've made a higher high on a daily time frame, we've actually closed higher than this previous pivot. I think we don't really want the price to come down here underneath that pivot. I don't think that would be nice. Yeah, and if that was to happen, you're also losing this like a trend line as well. I don't think that's going to look good. Yeah, at all. So you have a little bit of confluence coming in the next few days with a back test of this trend line and this 382. What is that 382? So if you draw a fib pool from the all-time low here to this high pivot, this pivot that's just put in, the 382 corresponds, and that corresponds with this higher time frame fib, which is the 236. So you've got two higher time frame fib lines corresponding at about 5.5 cents. You've got this through the 382 retracement of this whole move up, plus you've got the back test of the 236 on the higher time frame, and you've also potentially over the next 1, 2, 3 days you have a little bit of confluence with this trend line. Okay, it's quite I think this is quite an important area of support that we have to hold now. So the GAN and the back test of the golden pocket was very speculative. This has to hold. This has to hold, really. I don't want to see us lose this. I think if we lose this line, we have to get back up above it ASAP. Like, and we've had a situation like that before, where you lose a line, an area, and then just have to get back up quickly. Okay, and that's the only other kind of idea that I'm contemplating, and I think that's largely to do with the way Bitcoin moves. So if you do come here, we want to see the price hold the support here. We want to see the exhaustion of sellers. We want to see buyers start to step in and start picking up the price again to hold the price. And then the other area, the other thing of interest here is you've got the 50-day moving average on the daily time frame. Can you see this yellow line that's coming up? Yeah, it's quite a strong angle on this moving average. We really want now a reaction, a good reaction here for the price to go up. Okay, now I'm not saying the price is now suddenly going to go all the way back up. That would be nice. That would be a V. If that was to happen, that would be a V-shaped recovery. If we come here now and just go up like that, that would be the most bullish example of what could happen. V-shape into that level. Okay. If we were to lose it for whatever reason, then you'd want to then you'd be in trouble. I wouldn't sell either. I still wouldn't sell. But the next sign of strength would be to just get back above that fib level. Okay. That's, you'd have to wait for that. So it'd be very difficult to buy after losing a major support line. We'd have to wait for lower then. We'd have to be patient and wait for lower, or wait for a sign of strength. So you're either waiting for lower or you're waiting for a sign of strength. That's what you're doing. And we just want to see if this price can now come into support now and hold the support. I think after so much selling, you'd expect the price to start slowing down as we get closer to 5.5 cents. Okay. Shark. I'm not a whale, I'm a shark. What does that mean? Who are you talking to? Oh, okay, some questions. Oh god, there's a lot of comments I haven't been reading. I'm in a short to 59k, and if a 59k will be the bottom. Don't draw till 454, feels scary. Dan says, I hope so. No, I don't think so. Sushant says 59k is the last, then we will reverse the all-time break. Amir, what do you think about stacking USDT and DeFi? No, I think in the duration of a bull market, your store of value should be in crypto. If you're gonna stack it in DeFi, then it should be crypto in DeFi. Yeah. But the return in the APY is crazy. I agree with you. David says he's a frog. All right. I can't predict the future. I don't know if that level's going to hold. It doesn't look good, huh? It doesn't look good. It was looking great, and now it's not looking great. Welcome to crypto. That's from one end of the extreme, emotional extreme, to the other. And you just have to have a strong stomach, or just never look at the charts. So I'm kind of there's really low volume in this drop, huh? There's not big volume in this drop. It's a very kind of poor drop in terms of volume. I can see declining volume. We're back into this consolidation range here. So the other thing you can do is just kind of do a little mini range pool to see where we are. We're at the point of control of this previous consolidation. We're basically back at March 24th. We've kind of reversed everything. We're back March 24th. No, March the 3rd. Sorry, March the 4th. 4th of March. So we've basically undone 2 weeks of work in the last few days. And there is some kind of one-to-one happening here as well. Potentially. That coincides with about 58 cents if we go to the one-to-one. and then you are looking for a long here. You need a tighter invalidation, but you trade it all the way back to that pivot there. If it does go down. And maybe lower. I don't know. I think it's a really good opportunity to buy her as the price goes down. You get TRVL for cheap, in my mind. I think this break line has to hold. This 236 at 5.5 cents. And I don't want to see us lose this pivot. And that will be extended. That will be all the way down to the 1.618. If we were just to go down, that'd be really extended. If that was to happen, anything can happen in crypto. If we weren't able to find support here, then you really want the price to get back above this trend line as well as soon as possible. And you need a higher low as well. We don't want to lose that low, because that wouldn't be nice, because then potentially if that was to happen, then you're potentially going now and making a lower high. I'm not foreseeing that, because if you were to go back up to the golden pocket, you'll be back above that Gann line, back into this higher range. It would be weird to make a lower high when you've had so much signs of strength getting back up there. So if we were for some reason going down to make a lower low here, then potentially you make your lower high here. These are just all speculative ideas. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I think we just have to hold 5.5 cents. Okay. And I don't want to lose this horizontal line either. But let's see. Yeah, I bought Slurf. He's asking about Slurf. I bought it yesterday. I've been buying it. Okay, so this is the monthly time frame on TRVL. And you've got this historic monthly level as well. Here. That's at about 5.3 cents. Okay. And there has been, I think that would be like literally a really amazing buy. I'm just looking at the whole of this price action in these candles. We've resisted that level 3 months. Now we've broken above it. You want this month to come into that level now and back test it and hold it as support. And that kind of coincides with that SR flip idea of the 236, and it's basically this monthly level here. And so you can see here we resisted, and now we've resisted 3 months here as well. In the past, it has held as support on these 2 months here. Okay, so now I think if we close above that level, then you're basically potentially closing above a really key higher time frame level for continuation. Yeah, and I'm not phased by these wicks. Like, if you look at this whole chart, the context is still very clear to me that we're in the lows of this overall range, and I'm not now in my mindset thinking that we're going down, okay, just because of Bitcoin and the halving, and we're still above structure that we've been creating on the weekly time frame, for example. So if you look at the weekly time frame, at the same area of that monthly level that I've marked, you've got this back test of this weekly level too. Yeah, see that? So you have a kind of an area of back testing here, and then you just add that higher time frame fib that I did. See that? And so you have the 236 as well here. And then you add this kind of trend line idea that I have. I don't exactly know which is the best one to use. Trend lines are very subjective. If you use the weekly time frame, they look different to the daily time frame, to the local time frame. So we are coming into a really interesting area where the price has to hold, and it's a really good opportunity to buy. If you look at the confluence of the lines that I've drawn based on these different levels, let me try and look at that trend line again, actually. This is the daily time frame. I mean, trend lines are usually take the most two recent pivots, and you try and go for the less steep ones, not the really steep ones. That would be the last two pivots, or these two. But I think probably the outer pivots are better. That's the outer one, and then you potentially have kind of some shallower ones as well. And what I was kind of seeing is a speed up of price as the price is moving. And so I wouldn't mind if that idea continued, where you have the price speeding up. For that to happen, the price needs to come in now, react really bullishly. So we're back above there. So maybe we can then form some kind of flat top triangle and just squeeze past or get past the 9 cents mark. And that's kind of what I would really think is what the bulls are looking at now for a bullish continuation, if that's what we're looking for. And obviously, if that doesn't happen and we start losing trend lines, then we're looking for a correction, like a deep correction. And then if you're looking for a deep correction, you start losing, like if we were to lose this big horizontal level now, don't know what to say, it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good at all. And we just, that's the test, isn't it? You have to see how much demand is there. Is TRVL all hype, or is there actual genuine demand for TRVL? That's how you'll know. Because as the price pulls back into support, if support doesn't hold, it means that there wasn't enough demand. There wasn't enough interest. That's basically what it means. I'm not saying the project is bad. It just means that the price isn't ready for higher prices yet. Okay. And we just have to see if this area holds first. Okay. And then there is, like, look, from this higher low here to the higher high, there's also see that there's also hold on, no, not there, we're in the golden pocket there, this one here. It's hard because there's lots of high and low pivots and they all golden pocket. So one of these pivots, there's a golden pocket there. This all the way down to this all-time low, that's also the 382. You see that? That's also the 382. So let me just kind of highlight that so you can all see it clearly. See that? That's the 382. And then from this one to here, it's this one. What is that one? It's the 50%. See that? So from this whole range to here, this is 50%. Okay. There's a lot of confluence there. Look, it's like an armband of confluence, and about 55.5 cents. Can anyone find any more confluence? What price do you buy more TRVL? Well, look, we're coming into support. So I think 5.5 cents has to hold as support. So that would probably be the best buy. It'd be a really good buy because you're buying it after a 50% correction in the price. Yeah. So the price is 50% cheaper than it was. And what people need to understand is that we're breaking 9 cents in the future. 9 cents will not hold in the future. Eventually, this is not the top. This isn't the top of this token. Yeah. So you just have to use that idea in your investment strategy. And for most people, dollar cost averaging is the best strategy for most people. Yeah. Dollar costing averaging, and keep on doing that for the duration of the bull market. And obviously, I don't know, because if people are looking to trade, then the most important levels are these horizontal fib levels. So you can see we came into the 382. There was a reaction there. And the next one will be 17.5 cents. And then the next one will be the golden pocket. And then the next one will be 61 cents. And you just have to go from level to level until we eventually get into price discovery. And then once we're in price discovery, you're basically going from $1.50 to $5.1 in probably one straight go. Okay, because it's price discovery. So right now we've gone up into the 382, resisted, we're coming now down. Let's find support here. Let's go right back up to the 382. That would be the idea of continuation. Yeah, and it doesn't have to go right back up in one straight line. You could get a situation where the price will come down here for a while and it will slowly work its way up, and it'll do the same thing. It will just basically carry on doing this until we can finally get back up. And then what you'll be looking for is a break. Yeah, back test and break to the next level. That's what you're looking for. And something to bear in mind is that some people who have been selling in this down this little sell-off, I don't think some of those people won't come back. Like I have a feeling that you're just clearing liquidity. That's not a bad thing, because what we want to do is we want to attract people who are going to buy and hodl for higher. And so none of this needed to happen if people didn't sell. So some people have sold. They might not buy back in, or they might, you know, who knows. But I think potentially we've cleared a lot of liquidity, where if anyone was interested in leaving TRVL, that, you know, has been their opportunity. We've had enough time in this higher range for people to exit, and so that's not a bad thing. You almost don't mind people leaving who aren't really interested in higher prices, and all it does is it allows us who are interested in higher prices to keep on accumulating. Okay, and I don't really see it as a bad thing. For a short period of time, I thought that maybe 9 cents, that was it. We would never see under 9 cents again, you know. And I've said that before. We were at like 3 cents. I was thinking maybe we'll never see 3. We went up all the way to 5 cents or 6 cents over here, and I was thinking to myself, maybe we'll never see 3 cents. And then look what happened. It was up here, and then it just came back down. And for a short period of time, we were up here, and I was thinking maybe we'll never see lower. We'll never see 5 cents again. And here we are going back to 5 cents. Okay. It's just the same as what's happened in the past, really. The only difference is that Bitcoin is now pulling back. Okay. And so in the context of Bitcoin, let's have a look. So we have a little bit of weakness on the Bitcoin chart, just FYI. Okay. And so we've lost this 236, this higher time frame fib on the KuCoin chart. We're back into the value area of this range, so we're just back in the range now. Okay, the price is bounced off the point of control, and potentially we're just continuing the range. Potentially we're just gonna continue with Bitcoin until the price can figure out what it wants to do, potentially. And so at the moment, because Bitcoin is pulling back, it looks like TRVL against Bitcoin is pulling back. But I don't think it's unhealthy to go up, push up, push up, push up, and just keep on testing those higher levels, because that's how you're going to get through them eventually. Obviously, coming down is not looking great, but just bear in mind that for a short period of time it looked terrible because we lost this value area low and we were underneath it, and then it just exploded back up. See that? So just because the price is in the lows doesn't mean it's going down. It could just snap up really easily, especially when if there are people who are looking to pick up more TRVL. All right. Let me just have a look at the moving averages as well. Ah, damn, we've kind of lost this weekly 50 moving average on Bitcoin. It sucks. Week hasn't ended yet, so we have to see how the week ends. Okay. If Bitcoin finds strength by the end of the week, maybe this will change. look at this, and we're coming in on the, we're coming into the 50 moving average on Bitcoin. So for all intents purposes, it's a good place to pick up TRVL because we are coming into support on Bitcoin. The other thing that was quite interesting was this 3-day chart. See, look, we're not there yet. It's weird though, we're having a massive pullback and we're potentially about to have a golden cross on the 3-day chart, having this pullback. Let me have a look at the daily one. When the daily one crossed, we kind of were having pullbacks too. We had this crazy rejection here. Look, see that? As the price was on the daily chart, look, as the price was coming back. I mean, this looked bearish, huh? All of this looked bearish. Look, that whole candle was a bearish candle. We were looking for a golden cross here. And then we suddenly printed this really bearish candle with increasing volume. Okay. And all that happened was the price just came back into support. Yeah. And then the selling stopped. Then we had a golden cross. And the rest, and the price went up. The rest is history. And so here on the 3-day chart, again, we're about to have a golden cross on the 3-day chart. Again, the price is coming back. So let the price find support. Let's have that golden cross. And let's just find support and let's just work our way back up. That would be my idea of bullish continuation. Let's continue this idea and let's have a nice flat top triangle for a breakout above 9 cents. Okay, that would be something the bulls are looking for right now. So 5.5 has to hold. Any questions on TRVL? Don't really have anything more to say. The best strategy for TRVL